Hello, welcome to the channel. Blood Types Explained. The International Society of Blood Transfusion recognizes 32 blood groups, but the most important ones that will be focused on in this video are A, B, O, and Rh. These groups were discovered in 1900 by Dr. Karl Landsteiner, who asked himself why some people died when given blood transfusions while others did not. Thank you, doctor. So let's begin. As we all know, blood has red blood cells, and these red blood cells can either have or not have special types of proteins on their surface. There are those who have certain types of proteins, let's say A, and there are also those who have B, but there are also those who have both together, let's say AB, and there are those who have none, let's say O. These proteins are called antigens. They are responsible for defending the body when they encounter a foreign agent by creating antibodies. In the case of a recipient requiring a blood transfusion, type A creates antibodies against type B, so if they try to enter, they will want to eliminate them. Type B creates antibodies against type A, so they will do the same. Type AB does not create any antibodies and can receive from anyone equally, but type O, because it has neither A nor B, generates antibodies against all the others. A wrong blood transfusion is very dangerous. The one on the left is blood transferred correctly. The one on the right is blood transferred incorrectly. As you can see, the red blood cells are clumped together, and this will almost certainly cause death. To address this better and avoid confusion and some deaths, we will use this table in which we will mix blood types and see which mixtures are allowed and which are not. For a person with antigen A, antigen B is foreign, so they will create antibodies against type B. So we will mix type A with type A. Everything is fine because it is the same type. But if that person receives type B blood, that's where the problem arises, because that antigen B will mix with the antibodies B that type A has created. And this is where the blood will clump together. If you transfuse it with someone who has AB, there's also a problem. The A is fine, but remember that there is also B, so it will also clump together. Now with O doesn't have any antigens, so type A cannot generate any antibodies against it. So O is fine. In the case of type B, it cannot be mixed with A because it generates antibodies against it. Obviously, it can mix with itself, but it also cannot mix with AB because it has A, and O is also fine. What about type AB then? This blood type, having both types of antigens, does not generate any antibodies. Therefore, it can accept any type of blood. Now, something different happens with O. Although type O doesn't have antigens, it still generates antibodies if it detects a foreign agent. So it will generate antibodies against A and against B. Therefore, it cannot receive blood of any other type than its own. From this, we can deduce that O types are universal donors, while AB types are universal recipients. I know you might be wondering where the Rh positive and negative come into play. Well, Rh is another type of antigen or set of types. If you have them all, you are positive, and if you don't have any, you are negative. The 4 blood types can be positive or negative. So, if we consider what we saw above, there are a total of 8 blood types. For transfusion purposes, Rh positive can accept positive or negative, but Rh negative is better off accepting only negative. Yes, they can accept positive, but they can only do it once. Afterward, they will form antibodies against the antigens they received, which means they can never receive positive blood again. Now, why is it important to donate blood? Because it can save lives. Your blood is needed by, to name just a few, women who have had pregnancy complications, children with anemia and severe malnutrition, people who have suffered serious accidents, people who are undergoing surgery, and many people with cancer. There is a constant need for blood donors as it can only be stored for a limited time. So donate, it's the best gift you can give to another person, the gift of life. If you liked the video, subscribe and give it a thumbs up.